Welcome to today's version of Full Court Press, and today's topic is going to be overcoming. Let's get started. Now, what I've found in my life is that there's been key people who've made a very big difference in my life. And those key people haven't necessarily been in my life for long periods of time. I go back to my first grade teacher, Miss Schwing. My focus is off. That's 3 in a row here. Miss Schwing was special. She was one of those quintessential perfect first grade teachers. She was sweet, she was kind. She's like apple pie, the grandmother type. And I was in class, and I was the only kid in class who didn't know how to skip, of all things. And somehow, she taught me to skip in front of the entire class without making me feel self-conscious or without making me feel like an idiot or any of those other negative things. I came out of that feeling very good about myself. Mrs. Swing was beloved by, I think, everyone who had her as a teacher. Very first day of school, I was there super early. I never got to school late. My entire school career, I was always early. The very first day of school, Miss Swing got there after me. I'm standing out the door, and she said real cheery, "Early bird gets the worm." I'm 6 years old. Early bird gets the worm? Really? That was fascinating to me. The next person would be my math teacher in 7th grade, Mrs. Maxwell. She's a crusty, kind of tough old broad kind of woman, but she rewarded the people who worked. That taught me a lot. Then there was Dewey Catron in church. I won the Dewey Catron Award in basketball one year. I was selected not because I was a good ball player. I was actually fairly decent. They picked me because I coached the girls basketball team and I was a team player. Another lesson learned. Then in college, Pat Urbis. She read my short story aloud to the class at the end of the semester, telling the class this was the best short story written in the whole class. Then she pulled me aside after class and told me I should consider writing as a vocation. At the time, I was an accounting major. I was thinking, are you kidding me, writing? But from that point on, I wrote. And then here recently, a man of wealth who really has no true need of me told me that he knew I would bounce back after the disaster of 2013 that I experienced. I had foreclosure, personal bankruptcy, all kinds of things. Terrible divorce. He told me just a few days ago, I knew you were an overcomer. Now, in the course of your life, you have people like this. The question is, do you listen to them and do you apply what they say? Do you learn the lessons they're teaching you and do you make something of them? I could have probably played basketball at a much higher level. Didn't have the confidence. I didn't have the people in my life. They're telling me, hey, you're really good at that. You should consider doing this for a living or anything like that. But I sure have had it in my life in key points. The reason you're watching this video is because of all those teachers and other people that I haven't mentioned that have said at least one kind thing that really impacted me. And I took it and I ran with it. When people tell you things, do you slough them off or do you embrace it? If someone tells you, I love your writing, and they tell you specifically things like, I love how your characters keep me engaged. I love how you run multiple levels of storylines. Anything like that. And you just blow it off, you're doing yourself a disservice. In all of those cases, with all of those teachers, I had things to overcome. And many times, even now, I look at life and I wonder, how in the world am I going to overcome? Yet, I remember these people. I draw on what they've said to me, and I draw the line to the impact it had on my life and who I am now. Have confidence in yourself and overcome all the trials and tribulations that get thrown at you. You'll get what you want. You want to write that book? Overcome the obstacles. Really and truly, when it comes to book writing, just like when it comes to exercising, it's all up to you to overcome. I could have a coach standing at me, barking at me or encouraging me right every step of my way. My heart might not be in it, and I might not do it to the best of my ability. But when you purpose to overcome and you use the lessons other people have been willing to give you, you can overcome anything. Like, if I want to overcome this poor foul shooting today, I just need to get up here, focus, and make sure my release is correct. If I want to overcome my book drought, which I'm in, what I need to do is think of Pat Urbis telling me, Mike, you should consider writing as a vocation. Remember Mike Aston telling me, I knew you were an overcomer. And then just have at it. Be an overcomer. You'll get your book done. But more importantly, you'll find out more about yourself than you ever knew. This has been Full Court Press for today.